Hey guys, this is Bernard from Vin at Shiftwork, and today I'm going to tell you how to wake up and not feel tired. I have 16 tricks that you can use. I have also put them in a certain steps before sleep, during sleep, and after sleep. So you could apply it starting today, and you could wake up every day feeling refreshed and energized. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So what should you do before you go to bed? I have 5 tricks that you can use in your everyday routine. Aim for 7 or 8 hours of sleep every day. Now you know this one for sure, so I'm not gonna go into much detail, but one thing is important to consider. Consider your awake time. This will mean whether you're going to be able to fall asleep quickly or not. You should aim for 16 to 17 hours of wake time. That's the optimal time before you should sleep again. So if you wake up at 8 a.m. in the morning, you should go to bed around 11 to midnight. If you're going to go to bed earlier, you won't be able to sleep. Tip number 2, adjust the temperature of your room. Temperature plays a key role, and you want to be warm during daytime, but you want your room to be fairly cool during nighttime. Tip number 3, have a reasonable plan or a to-do list which you can follow in the morning. There is nothing worse than waking up in the morning and not knowing what to do, because the warm bed is really inviting when you wake up. Tip number 4, 1 or 2 hours before bed, you want to dim all the lights. If it's still bright outside, you want to close your black curtains, which you supposedly have already. If you don't, you should get one of those. But you're gonna dim all the lights down. Now, some places recommend you to not use your laptops, mobile devices, tablets, but not a lot of people know that you could actually use applications like Twilight for Android and iOS devices and Flux, F.lux, for your PCs that you could use, and it applies an orange type filter which kills all the blue lights, and that makes your body think like it's time to sleep, and it doesn't disturb your normal sleeping pattern. Tip number 5, avoid heavy meals, drinking too much liquid, or worse, drinking alcohol before you go to sleep. Now I'm going to talk about the tricks which you could use while you're actually sleeping. Now, as you know, this is a slightly tricky one because it's really not that much you can actually do while you're sleeping. But there are a couple of things. In fact, there are 3 tips which I will cover now, which will help you to make sure the quality stays the best while you're actually sleeping, and also how you can collect data while you're sleeping. Tip number 1 is monitor your sleep. There are hundreds of devices out there that could do that, and if you type in the best sleep tracking devices out there, there are multiple choices there for you. There are devices which stand on the desk and monitor your respiratory rate, so they see how you're breathing. There are also devices which go under your bed and track your movement. And also there are devices like fitness trackers, which are really popular, and that's what I would suggest for you. So I have personally used Up3. That's a great fitness band. Unfortunately, it just broke down recently. Now I have already purchased Fitbit Surge 2. All of these devices are great, but you have to make sure they're doing pretty well in the sleep department. So what's quite important is to make sure that it tracks properly when you fall asleep, when you wake up during the night, and when you wake up in the morning. Those are the 3 key elements. Tip number 2, use a sleeping mask while you're sleeping. This is a great tool to get your sleep quality higher, and I've personally used it on and off for pretty much every other day or so. A sleeping mask is a great tool when you cannot switch off the lights or when you have to sleep during daytime. A very important thing to remember about sleeping masks is that you want to get the higher quality one. So if you go on Amazon, there are lots of those for 3 or 4 or 5 pounds, I would suggest for you to go for a 20 pounds one, because I have bought the cheaper ones and the more expensive ones. And the one for 20 pounds is the one that blocks the light 100%, and this is what you want. Tip number 3, use earplugs when you're sleeping if you know that you will be surrounded by noise at any point while you should be sleeping. And I have a bonus tip, is to expose yourself to bright light as soon as you wake up. When you wake up, your room is probably going to be dark or semi-dark. When you take off your mask, you want to open your window fully. And that's so important. Now, if you live in a big city like I do, you can't always open your window fully because there might be other people peeking through the window, so you have to keep the curtains on. In that case, I would suggest you to purchase the reflectable window film, which I've got a week ago, and that reflects the light 100%. So you basically so it basically creates a mirror effect, which is mirroring everything for other people. It's amazing because you can open your window fully and leave it open fully during the entire day. So I would highly suggest getting this for you. I'm going to be producing content similar to this every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button above and hit the like button below if you've enjoyed this video and if you found it useful. If you have any questions, drop me a comment below and I'll make sure I get back to you as soon as I can. I look forward to hearing from you.